Mind's Healing to say I accept. Setting a filter program to neutralize all low vibrational projections so they do not have an effect on me. Surrounding the session in light and asking for the violet flame of truth to be present during the session of the highest vibration or the appropriate vibration. Okay. Thank you for sending high vibrations from San Francisco. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Oops. Well, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Namaste. Oh, you mean right here? There's a thin layer between my tent and outside. So you may see some spiders or imitation spiders, they crawl around over here, but they're outside the tent because there's this extra layer, like a rain shield. Yeah, it's okay. I see him. He's up there. As long as they're not inside the tent, it's cool. Because when they're inside the tent and they see me, sometimes they're bugs who get scared and you can feel their energy shift. And then that's when you start to feel that fear energy. So I have to be very gentle with them. Yes, there will be energetic cords. After every video, I usually spend some time doing some additional reiki to clear out any residual cords. Yeah. Well, I don't think these are actually spiders. Not these ones. They look like spiders, but from my understanding, they're not spiders. They look like them. They got little round bodies, but they're mostly just legs. No problem. I ask my Archangel Michael for your blue cloak of light and ask assistance of my spiritual masters in clearing away any energetic cords that I may not be aware of. Oh, they're oh, Max. Well, I can't see anything. I know some people have the gift where they're able to actually see the energy. Why now I'm only able to like feel it, perceive it, but I don't fully see energy. Well, I do, but not in color. I understand what you mean when you say there's like a veil. That green cord was mostly like a veil of perception because sometimes what happens is some people come by and they it's like a cloaking energy. It's like a cloak that disrupts your perception of me until I remove it. Yes. It's currently like 3:30 right now. change the ray to the green ray for healing. Yes, that's how I was explaining with this tent that I have. Right here is a screen. There's a screen right here. And the outside part is a rain shield that you can take off. So I can take the whole top off, but I will still have like the screen. And what's happening is um the bugs, they crawl underneath. Since it was raining, they crawled underneath the rain shield in between the two layers. So sometimes you see them walking around. They be walking around like right here. There's a slug right here. Or sometimes snails, mosquitoes, but they're all outside the tent. Like the spider that the person was looking for is not a spider, but it's right there. It's sitting right there. I don't know what they're called, but their bodies are like really tiny, but they're mostly just legs. Welcome in. I have no idea what that means. I appreciate the compassion. I don't really see too many big spiders out over here. It's usually just wolf spiders. They're pretty small. If I was like in Australia or something like that, but in Michigan, the bugs don't really get too big. Oh, it's okay. I already dealt and handled my fear of like spiders and stuff. I just see them as another aspect of Source Creator. And since I can feel their energy, they don't really have like a negative, they're just serving their purpose. I had a very interesting experience probably about 2 weeks ago in my old tent where I had two different types of psilocybin mushrooms, and I discovered how my ego mind expand things and make things smaller. And what helped me understand that was the spiders, actually, because in my old tent, the front door of my tent, the screen was broke, so they actually came into my tent. And what happened was the ego mind, it's like a magnifying glass. So if you have fear of anything, the ego mind will expand it. So from my perspective, when I looked at a spider, I felt the mammal part of my brain paired with the ego part of my brain. It took the spider and then made it look like it was like this big. Or it took the mosquito and it grew it exponentially. Like, so from my perspective, the spider was like huge and the mosquito was huge. But then I quickly went back and to realize I was like, oh wait a minute, I'm creating this reality. So I shifted my focus and I told my ego mind to quiet down and move to my left shoulder. So when I did that, the ego consciousness part of me moved, and then immediately my perspective of all the bugs, they immediately shrunk. And the bugs, they can feel your consciousness. Like some bugs, like they can feel if you have like fear energy or something like that, or any other type of vibration. As soon as I shift my consciousness from being in a fearful vibration, all the bugs start to like immediately like move to the end of my tent, like they was all running away. All the mosquitoes immediately start flying away, and I had some candles lit, and the mosquitoes was purposely flying into my candles, and they all just extinguished themselves by themselves. So that really helped me understand my consciousness and understanding like how to fear, because that also helped in circumstances where some people try to activate my ego mind to make themselves look bigger than what they actually are. But then I tell my ego mind to be quiet or shrink, and I shrink it down, and that fear energy that's being projected, I can literally shrink it down to nothing, so I can release fear. Okay, you have to learn to make your all that your fear time. Yes, this is so fun. All we do a video one day. I do some videos. I had some previous videos I talk about it, but I'm still learning about the ego, mainly from Bashar, because he explains the ego mind. It's a tool, as Bashar say, the physical mind is only to perceive what's happening. The I need to relook that up because I probably get it mixed up. Yes. And also I say I choose to feel fear because I have a belief system within me telling me that it serves me. And then I'd be like, okay, how does this serve me? If it doesn't serve me, then I let it go. Because Bashar said, we do not hold on to any belief system that we do not believe serve us. The second that we believe it doesn't serve us, we let it go. Because on my mushroom trip, I had two different type of mushrooms. One was called Ghost, and the other one was called Penis Envy. And there was both of them was extremely strong mushrooms, and I didn't realize like how strong they were since it's been a very long time since I did mushrooms. And once you take the mushrooms, you can stay in that state. So even right now, even though the mushroom trip was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I can still kind of reclaim that state of being. Like I can stay in that state of being. Like, it gets to a point where once you learn like the lessons that the mushroom was trying to teach you, then you get to keep it. So then I'll be able to move like this. Once you start learning the lessons, then so it's like you learn the lessons, and then if you learn it, if you learn how to maintain it or sustain it, then it won't go away. Because usually, like using when you get high, and then you get a whole bunch of knowledge, and then you forget. But if you get high and then you remember that knowledge, you don't. It doesn't go away. It actually stays. So that's what happened. So it stays. So now it's like, okay, well now I can control my ego mind. Mostly, it can go big and small. It's not gonna be exactly the same, like visual, but I know that I'm at that state of being. Because the only way you can remember something, you have to be in that state of being. And that particular day, it wasn't like the best. It wasn't like I would say like a rose type of mushroom trip. When I see other beings, I command them to show themselves to me in human form, so I don't see them in the form they use. Uh, well, I don't think I can. Actually, I don't want to say I can't. Right now, I don't perceive them physically. It's all energetic for me. I usually, if a being in the astral or elemental comes into my Merkaba or my energetic body and I start to feel them, I will ask them, are you of the light? And I'll ask them, what is your intentions? And if you're not of light, I ask you to leave my energetic space. So that's how I say. Or I ask my angels. Or I will just emanate so much high vibrational energy that any low vibrational energy that will have to leave. That happens sometimes when I'm at work. So like if I'm going to the vending machine, sometimes there'll be other people sitting inside the lunchroom and they start projecting energy at me, but immediately bounce off. So then they get up and they all start storming out of the break room. And I didn't even do anything. Just the energy that comes out sometimes. Some people, they project the energy and then it bounces off and goes back at them, and then they get pissed off and they walk away. So, what is the I do not know, honestly. Oh no, this is just clear quartz. Here's the selenite. I misplaced my selenite wand, so I only had the selenite like screw type. It's like really green in here. So, oh, and the vibration. So super bright. But here's the selenite. I got the clear quartz from Arkansas, where I was doing a. I went to a cryon master event for 4 days in Arkansas, and then I was there when doing the cryon challenge, channeling. I got to talk to Lee Carroll when I was there. It was pretty fun. So this crystal actually came from like they call it the crystal mines, but it's basically like they dug up like an area on the mountaintop where there was a whole bunch of trees, and underneath the trees in the ground was a whole bunch of like hundreds of thousands of clusters of quartz, mostly white quartz, but some of them was clear quartz. So I grabbed a few pieces and broke them off. So wait, I don't know if you can see it right now because the color bears the crystal. I have a whole bunch of other ones, but they're in my other tin. Big chunk. I think it's time for a little bit more cord cutting. Hmm? How does this one look weird? This is clearly the orange color. Okay, the colors look a little bit off compared. It's like the color of the light is not matching the color that's on my phone. It's a little bit off. Maybe I think I accidentally have a filter on. Maybe I do. Normal, dream, oh no, those are just filters. Go back to normal. Sort of light. I really like using the green ray because it connects to the heart chakra. Sometimes I see some of these bugs. Where's my green crystals? Oh, here it is. Green and black. I say those are gifts from past lives. So sometimes if you mastered like a gift in one of your past lives, you can receive it in the next life. Yes, there's a whole bunch of them over here. Not right now because it just rained. I am light. I am light. I am light. Twin flames are like imagine if your soul had two fragments of the same soul, and one fragment of the soul is falling behind in its lessons that need to be learned. So what the soul do is, so imagine like there's one in the 3D. One soul has a 3D vibration, but there's another soul that's in 4D. But the one in 3D is having a hard time moving up, or it became stagnant. So what the soul do is it gives another aspect of itself, like another what I say, another soul spark or fractal, because the soul can make a whole bunch of itself, and it puts the other one in there, and then they interact, and they usually be the polar opposite of each other. Usually twin flames are polar opposites. And what happens is the one that's on a higher vibration usually compels the other one to start its journey, or it makes it so it'll no longer be unstuck, because since they're literally the same soul but just different fractals of the same soul. And sometimes if the soul really needs them to if the soul is like really stagnant or doesn't want to evolve, they'll become twins. So that's when you start to see twins. So that means the soul reincarnated, the twin flames reincarnated at the same time, or sometimes three times. So like there's one of them that's stagnant on its journey. So what it does is, okay, well, I'll put two of my higher vibration ones to raise this third one up. So that's why you start to see multiple. So two people at the same time who look exactly like each other because they're twin flames, the same soul but different fractals. And I say usually twin flames don't always get along with each other, because usually they're the polar opposite. That's kind of how I started my journey. And the twin flame, they can come in like, they can be like one of your friends, or like a best friend, or like someone who like resonates at the same vibration or frequency as you. So for example, ask my Archangel Michael to cut this energetic cord that does not serve my highest good. For example, my twin flame that I had was a coworker I had, and I seen them more as a brother at the time because we both had the same interests. We both play video games. We both like to talk about, um, what I say, like we was both trying to like escape reality. So one day I decided that mushrooms wasn't getting me there at the time, so I decided to take LSD, and then that's what woke me up. And then that's when I realized like we was like the polar opposite, because sometimes the other one can disguise itself as being positive, but we're actually polar opposites. But that also helped me understand that that was not a vibration that I preferred, so I left that situation. Well, technically, there is no distance in between us because everything's happening at the same time, and our phones are technically portals to energy. And since there's only one being in the universe, anything I do over here, you can feel on your end because it's quantum entanglement. You are very welcome. Time to move into the blue ray or the indigo ray. Right, spirit, talking to me. I see you, spirit. Move into the blue ray with Archangel Michael. 44. Removing psychic energetic cords that does not serve our highest good. Any psychic influences to the mind is now being disconnected and dissolved. Any influences of the mind is being dissolved. Any manipulative energies are being transmuted into light. I think it's time to clear the root chakra. Using the elemental fire. Pulling away all energetic cords from the root chakra and sacral chakra. Filling the root chakra with the color red. Asking Dear Source Creator for a translucent shield of light. Put me to sleep a little bit. Moving to the sacral chakra, removing energetic cords to the sacral chakra. Filling the sacral chakra with the color orange. Moving to the solar plexus chakra, removing fear energetic cords, the vibrational energetic cords from the solar plexus chakra. .360 around this whole entire chakra, removing energetic cords from the kidneys, restoring chi flow in the kidneys. You are very welcome. I felt a release when I cut that cord. Welcome back to the show. Now, sealing the solar plexus with the color yellow, and asking Archangel Gabriel for your silver flame to be imbued in our root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra. Moving to the heart chakra. Removing all blockages from the heart chakra. Removing blockages to the back of the heart chakra. And the left and the right side of the heart chakra. And the base of the heart chakra. What is usually low vibrational energies, cords, or build up stagnant emotions. sealing off and filling up the heart chakra with the color green. I wouldn't say sealing, I would say opening up the heart chakra and placing the color green and pink within it. I am opening the heart chakra. Sorry, that was my mistake. Now, moving to the blue ray. Asking Archangel Michael for your sword of light to remove all blockages to the throat chakra, all psychic influences, information to the throat chakra, all curses, hexes, and hatred, any low vibrational energy cords that may be lingering in our throat chakras, to the communications on the verbal level that we may have picked up throughout our day is now being removed, transmuted into the light. The pink is for the heart chakra because the heart chakra is green and pink together. The pink ray is from Mother Mary, or the Madeleines. I usually use the green ray for the physical heart and the pink ray for your sacred heart. Your throat chakra is now being filled with the color blue. Now moving to the third eye using the indigo ray. Starting with the back of the third eye with the sacred mind, the halo behind the head, removing the blockages to the sacred mind, and the third eye. You are not being rude. Thank you for your concern. I know in this session I'm not responding as much, but I'm just trying to focus on energy, because if I immediately move my thoughts to the comments, I'll flow the energy into the conversation and not flow the energy into the chakras. So I just have to stay focused. So I'm not trying to ignore anyone, but where attention goes, energy flows. And I need to be flowing the energies into the chakras. Okay. Now removing energetic cords to the third eye, starting with the left side, I call this state the zero gravity state, which is actually, you can call it gamma. I just call it zero gravity because I feel weightless when I do it. Feeling the left side with the indigo ray, and now moving to the right side, moving energetic cords to the right side with the third eye. Now I'm moving to the crown chakra using, I can use the pink or violet. Removing blockages to the crown chakra. Feeling the crown chakra with the violet flame. Asking Archangel Zachiel for the violet flame of truth, of the highest vibration, of the appropriate vibration to flow through our crown chakra, through all the 7 chakras, and bring balance to our bodies. Asking the assistance of my spiritual dragon guides, metal dragon of my element, to fill our informational field with the gold dragon energy. I do not know how to answer that question. Is the crown chakra where you manifest? You say, what is zero gravity? I say, zero gravity is that weightless feeling that I feel. It's a state of being that I'm feeling. I call it gamma. It's technically gamma. Whenever I get into this state, I'm not completely in that state yet, but if you watch some of the other videos where I call it zero gravity, because when my hands move, whenever I'm in a really flow state, I call it zero gravity because that's what it feels like. It feels like my hands are weightless. gamma, you can actually feel your brain waves moving up and down. And what I do is you can make a wave. You can make a wave form in your head, and you can move it up and down like this, starting from the back of your head and the front of your third eye. You can make a wave, and you can increase it or slow it down. And then if you move that wave to the back of your head, if you move the wave to the back of your head where the sacred mind is, and then move the wave from your root chakra up. So like move the energy. So like this is your root chakra. You move the energy from the root like this in your body, move it up and then connect it. Then you can fall deeper into a gamma state. You can either lay down. You do not have to be physically looking at the video. You can even go to sleep while watching a Reiki video. You will still receive the energy. A lot of times, when when we're going to have a healing on a deeper level, what happens is we go to sleep and then we go to the astral realm. So a lot of times in my dream state, I find myself in a room with a whole bunch of people that they're usually most likely people that I come into contact throughout the day. And then sometimes in a dream state, I'll be showing people how to use energy, or I'll be showing people how to use energy with their hands. So sometimes like we'd be sitting in like a circle, and I see there's like a whole bunch of other people, and we'd be explaining. Because in a dream state, it's a lot more free, and energy is way more potent. And something very interesting, if you were to tell someone in a dream state that they're dreaming, they'll be like, how? Because it'll be the same thing as us right now, and you tell them, oh, you're dreaming right now, and people will get confused. Because it'd be very interesting, because even in the dream state, like, your phone be still working sometimes, but it'll be very wonky and like weird. Like the phone is like it's so interesting. Like I remember in my dream state that I woke up in my tent, and when I opened up my tent, I was in a completely different location. There was like a field, and I picked up my phone, and when I looked at my phone camera, I moved it, and I didn't see anything. But as I moved it, there was like this church, this super tall church. It was like a tower. It was like a super tall building that go way up in the sky into the clouds. And I walked over, and there was candles, and there was like a staircase, and there was another staircase that went down, and there was like hundreds of thousands of candles that went up into this church like building that spiraled up. And I heard a whole bunch of people on the bottom talking, and I immediately like ran and like hid, and I was like looking to figure out what happened. I came. Yes, lucid dreaming or astral projecting. I have a lot of people astral project to me, usually waking me up out of my sleep. sometimes there's beings who try to astral project to me to try to attach to my sacral chakra, and then I had to remove them. I don't understand why you say MMM. I find it's kind of annoying when people astral project me. I'm just trying to sleep. As long if you stay in the vibration of unconditional love and do not spread any fear energy, you're good to go. I just do not allow energies that disturb. But I'm also not trying to establish energetic cords or anything like that. This is only simply healing. We're not trying to establish any cords. Both. It's both. Unconsciously and consciously. Whatever emotions that you feel towards someone, you're constantly projecting energy nonstop. You just have to become aware of what type of energy you're sending to somebody. All emotions that you have is getting projected out during this live stream. So every time someone put a comment, I feel the energy. So like if someone asks me a question and the person really want me to answer the question, they start tugging. I start to feel like a tugging energy on one of my chakras. To be like a tugging. Like I hear the person say, answer me, like that. It's psychic chords. I said we're all molding energy. We all have the same gifts. It's just how we choose to use them. Yes, the same way I am tapped into your energy because we are connected. That's the only way this healing will work. By I'm calling all of my energy back into my being, returning all energy I have received. start my studies on that topic. I think it's time for me to expand. Oh, this is the first time I actually see a real spider this time. So tiny though, compared to this. Thank you. Have a very good night. Thank you. I like to stay in my heart chakra throughout the day. As the Galactic Federation say, focus on the heart chakra. Feel the pause in between every heartbeat and match your heartbeat with the heartbeat of Mother Gaia. And when you do that, you start to feel your consciousness move forward and back. Sometimes, even right now, I can physically feel my heart chakra, just as I can physically feel the third eye chakra. You can feel the cone. When you move your hand in front of it, you can actually feel the energy move and wrap around it and goes. When I move my hand around my heart chakra, I can feel it. It's like tickling my heart. I can grab it. Especially if my heart's like beating really fast, I can actually grab that energy that's causing it to beat, and I can grab it out, and then I can feel it vibrating. I have a lot of people throughout the day try to close my heart chakra, so I definitely had to be always aware of keeping it open. Well, is time for me to end the session for now. So I ask Archangel Michael for your blue cloak of light, and I ask Mother Mary for the pink flame for the heart chakra. I give thanks to everybody who participated in sharing their energies in this Reiki healing tonight. I send my gratitude to my guardian angels, my spiritual masters, dragon guides, and the elementals for assisting me in this healing. I'm now calling my energy back into my being and giving your energy back in light, transmuted in light. Namaste. I love all of you unconditionally. Have a good night.